believe every word. 'Cause even in the madness, there is peace. Drowning out the voices all around me through all of this chaos. You were writing a symphony, a symphony. And even in the madness, there is peace. Drowning out the voices all around me through all of this chaos. You were writing a symphony, a symphony. Oh. This is my song. I can't do the rapping part. And even in the madness, there is peace, drowning out the voices all around me through all of this chaos. You were writing a symphony, a symphony. Madness, there is peace, drowning out the voices all around me and through all of this chaos. You were writing a symphony, a symphony. Oh, ooh, oh, ooh, oh. A symphony. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh. Symphony. That song is called Symphony by Switchfoot. They are an inspirational, or I don't know, like a Christian band. I don't know what's the correct, I guess, genre for them. I was trying to waste a little time. I got started too early today, and since I can't play no music without, YouTube flagging me because of the music, I figure if I sing it, they won't hear the beat and then they won't flag me. It's like a win-win. I mean, I guess for me, it depends on how you perceive my singing. But I guess we can go ahead and get started. 2 minutes ain't gonna hurt nobody. So today we are talking trusting in God. I know from me constantly being hurt over and over and over again, the word trust is kind of like a foreign word. It's kind of like you hear it, but you don't understand it. And I know I'm not the only person that feels like that, because I've met a lot of people that have constantly been hurt all their life, like starting as a child. And now they love people, but because of the hurt, they tend to keep a distance as a protective barrier so that they won't get hurt again. And I can feel that happening to me. Like, I used to love being around people. I used to love wanting to always be around somebody. But it was like the more I got hurt, I started, going more into myself. I started not wanting to go out much. not wanting to hang around people as much. I was okay with just me and my daughter. And especially when I had her, she basically became like my excuse not to go and do anything. It's just like, well, I got a kid now. I don't have nobody to watch her, so I got to stay home with her. So she became my excuse to not interact with people anymore. It's like, I got her. Why do I need to interact with anybody else? And then, you know, God is like, I want to take you on this journey, but it requires you interacting with other people. So if you trust me, I'll take you on this journey. And I'm just like, whoo, you said two big red flags, you talking about trust. And then you telling me that I gotta interact with people. So that's like, woo, Lord, I don't know. That's like God going up to a mind and telling him, okay, I got a new way for you to interact with people that will be more beneficial for you and your audience. So, minds don't talk. So it's just like, I gotta stop this, I don't know if I should say career choice, but I gotta stop doing what I've been doing for years. This been working for me for years, you know what I'm saying? Now you telling me I need to come up with a whole new gig by tomorrow. And you telling me that it's gonna be great, to just trust you that it's gonna be great. You like panicking. You like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? Is this some type of cruel joke? Like, how can you expect me to just stop what I've known that's been working for me and to just do something completely different? And that's how I'm feeling. I'm like, you want me to just get out here and talk to people, just trust you that it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, I am literally terrified of interacting with people. I don't know why. I love people, but I am terrified to interact with them. It always feels like awkward. I don't know why, but it does. It just be like, what do I say? I just feel I don't know. It feels weird to try to communicate with people. It's like all I know how to say is like, yes, thank you, have a great day. you know, just the greetings and the see you laters and stuff like that. But you telling me I need to dig deep and you know build relationships with people. And that's what communication is building relationships with people. Done it before. My longest relationship I've ever been in was 2 years. And I only think it lasted that long because I barely saw him. I was like in high school, so we didn't get to see each other that much. And the crazy thing is, back then when I was in high school, I actually talked on the phone a lot. I guess because it was like that was your only way of interacting with somebody when you never see them. So I'll be sneaking on the phone at night, talking for hours and hours. The thought of me talking on the phone for hours is a trip because I rarely do that for real. My new friend, Miss Ruthie, I find myself talking to her for hours and hours. And that's weird because I don't really do that. But I guess because she loves to talk, so it kind of helps build, fill in the gaps of when I don't talk. So it's like most of the time I'm listening. I'm just sitting on the phone listening, and then every now and then I just chime in. So that's probably why our conversations last so long. But if it was just like up to me just to talk the whole time, I don't know. We'd probably be on the phone for like 30 minutes. It'd get real, the crickets come in and you'd be like, what am I supposed Okay, well, I had fun talking to you, so I'm gonna talk to you later. Yeah, but yeah, this is what God is telling me. I gotta trust Him that if I do what He say, it'll be beneficial for me and everyone around me. And it's kind of like He gave me two options on choosing this path of trusting Him. And, one path is really good and one path is very destructive. But either way, I will have to trust Him because He showed me the good and the bad. So I'm gonna have to trust Him either way it goes, that what He's showing me is true. And I can already see, the closer I get to the promise that He told me, I can see the destructive path come into play. And it's just like, it's to me, I feel like it's a warning. Like, okay, I already told you the good and the bad. And this bad is going to start a little early. So you can, you can make a little wiser decision. You can choose to, it's like you've been trusting me this far. Trust me with this one thing, and things will continue to grow for you. Or you cannot trust me on this one thing, and everything will spiral and you go to hell because I told you what to do and you was disobedient. And I've always told myself I'll never want to go to hell, listen. But God is telling me at this point, I'll go to hell for not listening to Him. And I can say trust can be very hard, but God, He'll build a relationship with you on promises And then because he's a man of his word, you begin to learn how to trust him. And God is very patient. So however long it needs for you to fully trust him, he'll take that. He'll be patient with you. It's all about building a relationship. When they say God is a relationship, it is. He's a relationship. And everything you do, the trust, the healing, the getting overcoming your weaknesses, you gotta first start by building the relationship with him, because that relationship is the only way you're going to get through these obstacles. The only way you're going to rise up. I guess you could tell that I'm from Georgia, that Falcons rise up. So, but they don't never rise up, I tell you. They always let you down. For real. You be like, games you expect them to lose, they come up. Then the games you be like, okay, you gotta get this for us to keep going forward. They let you down. But you know who won't let you down? God won't let you down. He won't. I got 3 things I want to read to you real quick from his word. Got Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Me right now, it's like I have to trust in God that he knows what's going on with my body more than I do right now. Even if it might sound crazy or impossible. Hey, they say nothing is impossible with God. And if you believe in God, you got to believe that nothing is impossible. So I got to trust, even though it might not make sense at the moment. It makes sense later on in the future. And then we have Philippians 4:6. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God. I can tell you I'm anxious right now. I'm like, Monday cannot get here any sooner. I'm so nervous. I was like, 2 years of trying to get this procedure, and then I'm getting it on Monday. But I'm also, really super nervous of, what would come to, happen after I get this surgery. It's just like, I know what God told me, but it's like, is that what they really going to find? What God told me? Like, but God is a man of his word, so he wouldn't tell me something that is not true. So I have to trust him and believe that what he told me is what they're gonna find. Even though the thought of it is terrifying and got me over here like anxious, like this time. It's like the closer you get to something, the slower it feel like time go by. And I just gotta be patient and keep praying and keep to my word of doing this not every day because I don't do it on Sundays, but 6 days out of the week, get on here and chit chat about my paths that I have taken and the future paths that God wants me to take in order to get out of this storm of suffering, to break these generational curse, or it's going to be passed down to my daughter. And that is not fair for me to bring her into this world and to pass down a curse to her when I have opportunity to break it. So this last one is Romans 8:28. This is the one that I'm supposed to be saying to myself every day. And I do, but I don't read it every day, but I do say it to myself. That, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So if God's telling me my purpose is to travel and to communicate with people, to interact with people, to show them that if they choose the path, this commitment, this relationship with God, that he can bring you out of your brokenness. He can put you back together and you look just like new, if not a hint better. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll take you out of the mud, he'll clean you off, and he would get you some nice clothes, nice warm clothes, give you a meal, help you get back on your feet so you can continue walking on your journey. I feel like, I know this is off subject, but I feel like this is why helping the homeless is so important. Because helping the homeless is like what God does for us when we're broken. He fixes us, he cleans us up, he feeds us, and help us to get back on the right path. And that's what should be done for the homeless. Get them off the street, clean them up, find out where they went wrong, fix the brokenness, feed them, help them get back on the path so they're not constantly out there on them streets. But all this requires trust in a relationship. It's a marriage. I've never been married before. So this is all new to me. You got to trust that he gonna always have, your best interests at heart through every plan that he makes. You got to trust that he's not going to put you in a predicament to hurt you or to have you looking crazy. You got to be willing to fight for the relationship. There are going to be what's the word I'm thinking of? there are going to be distractions sent to test you, to test your commitment to the relationship. Those distractions, they don't really want you. They just want to play with your feelings and break you like they're broken so you can come and join the party of brokenness. They don't want to see you happy. So you got to be able to ignore the distractions and focus solely on God. Because them distractions, they gonna come. I'm already seeing them. They coming out the woodworks. I'm just like, it's just so weird for God to send you a warning and then you actually start seeing it come into play. How the enemy is steady pushing you on that wrong path, no matter how much you try to avoid it. He come in as your friend, so nice, so supportive, just saying all the right words, earning that trust just to when he feel like he has finally got your full trust, your full commitment to that friendship or whatever, just to dog you out. I never understood that. I always wondered that about people. Like, why do people go through such a commitment to earn your trust just to do you worse than anybody that you have encountered in your life? It was like, I didn't even know you existed. I was okay here by myself. And you made it your business to come into my life to earn my friendship, my trust, love, just to spit in my face. And I feel like disrespect that you could ever do to a person. I'm just like, I'd rather you stab me, shoot me in the leg, you know what I'm saying? Bite me. But to spit in my face, oh, all the germs in the spit, it's just like, that's like you giving me a disease. God. Why would you do that? So to constantly have that somebody say to trust them and they do that to you, and then here you have God that just he want to give you all the good things that he has planned for your life before you was even born. He's like, this is what I want this person to do. This is who I want this person to be. I just want her to be happy, completely happy. I just want him to be happy. But it involves trust. And I know these other people have earned your trust just to hurt you, but I'm not here for that. I'm here to love you and to just give you everything that you need and want and more. Like, you won't need anything else, anybody else but me, because I have everything you need here. you won't even want to venture out. You'd be so happy right here that nothing else would matter. None of these distractions would even phase you because you'd be so happy over here with me. But you got to trust me. And it's like, okay, God, we've been on this journey together. I can say I first started journey with God at 21 when I left Georgia for the first time to go to Ohio. And our relationship has been up and down because I felt on my end to keep promises to him. It was like right when he was about to bless me, I would break the promise and then I would have to go through my consequences of my actions. So it's like, okay, since we started on this journey, this is your third try. And after this, it's going to get really bad if you choose not to trust me, if you can't be patient and wait for the blessings. This time it's going to get really, really bad. And you won't recover from it. Yeah, but if you do, but I don't think I would recover from it. So it's like no point of even thinking about going down that path. It's like my only option is to trust God. I was thinking about my bills because they always sending me a reminder of who I owe money to. And I was like, because I have built this relationship of always paying my bills on time, and with these people I took out a loan with, every time I paid them back, I paid them back the full amount of the loan. I never, just made payments. I just paid the loan completely back. So because I built these trusts with these bills, they are now that I'm more willing to work with me because I have built that trust of paying my bills. And if you trust God, he'll do the same. He, over time, he will build a relationship on trust with you, with his word and his promises. And he will show you, like, this is what I'm going to do for you. I can't tell you exactly when. And that's when you're going to have to trust me and be patient. Because I'm not going to tell you when, but I will do this for you. Because God, he don't live on time. So for him, it might be like a day. He might be like, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. His tomorrow is, but that's why he don't tell us a time frame. Because his time frame, he don't run on a time frame. We do. So that's why he never give us a time frame. But he do promise that if you be patient, he'll keep that promise. So I am choosing to be patient and to trust God. Because I want to be able to trust again. I want to not be scared of people anymore. I'm gonna tell you this one last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all be. But I was watching this movie on Hulu called So Be It, and it's about this girl, and her mama is autistic, and she got to be around 12, and she started asking all these questions about her mom, and the lady who kind of like raised her because her mom was autistic. She was like autistic on the terms of where she acted like a child and she didn't like loud noises and stuff like that. So she was mentally not able to take care of her child. So this black lady basically raised this little girl. But the black lady was terrified of leaving the house because the last time she left the house, so after that, she never left the house again. So she basically built like this tunnel from her apartment to their apartment so she could go over there without leaving her house to raise the kid. And when the girl started asking questions, she didn't know, but she found some pictures and stuff. And she wanted the lady to come with her. But at the time, the lady was too afraid to leave the house. So she ventured out on her own, this 12-year-old girl by herself, ventured off by herself to find out who she was and who her mom was. So she went on this adventure. She found out who her mom really was, her real name. She found out that she had a father who was also mentally like a child. So she had two mentally challenged parents, but she was very bright. And she found out she had a granddaddy. She found out one of her grandparents, her grandmother had died, her mother's mother. And she found this couple that always wanted a baby but couldn't have a baby. So her mom ended up dying while she was on this journey. And the couple asked her to stay there with them. And this girl's considered lucky because she could always, every time she guessed something, she guessed it right. So she was good at gambling. And that's how she got the money to go on this trip. She would go do the slot machines and get money when they needed. So she was considered lucky. So she had a decision to make. Stay there with, you know, the couple and have this family that she always wanted it, because it was the easiest choice. She would have a father, an instant father, instant mama. It just seemed like the easiest choice. Or she can go back and live with the black lady who raised her, but was terrified of leaving the house. You would think she would choose the easiest choice, but she decided to go back with the black lady. And you know what? Because she made that choice, it was more beneficial for her and the black lady and everybody around her. She gained this new knowledge of family. Her dad, his dad, so she got a granddaddy. The couple that wanted her, she left her luck behind and they end up having a baby. And she went back with the black lady, and the black lady learned to overcome her fear and leave out the house again. And she ended up going to school, getting friends. So the easiest. She could have chose the easiest choice, but because she took the harder road of not knowing what the outcome might be, she gained so much more than she would have got taking the easier route. And I just thank God for revealing that movie to me, because I kept seeing it say, so be it, so be it. I was like, what this movie about? It don't look like it's gonna be good. But was I wrong? And I'm glad I took the chance of actually watching it, because it was better than I thought, and I actually learned something from it. So if God is pushing you to do something, it can be scary, but I say take the chance. You've been taking the chance with the enemy all this time, dancing with him, going back to his crib, you know, and he constantly hurting you. So I say, why not take a chance on God? He don't want to hurt you, and he ain't gonna treat you nothing less than the king or queen. You're gonna be royalty hanging out with God. That's like Meghan Markle marrying Prince Harry. Because she took a chance on him, she became royalty. If you take a chance on God, you will become royalty too. And he will make sure you have everything. When I say everything, everything, you'll be totally fulfilled. You won't be lacking anything. But I'm get out of here. Thank you for watching. I love you. God is good all the time. Peace. Symphony, symphony. Madness. There is